Uh, I keep telling my friends all across the board who are interested in eliminating violence from our society, absolutely important that they understand the basis of the reasons, the motivation that causes people to become aggressive and violent. Uh, Let me give you an idea, a perspective. The Quran says, as we saw in the last presentation, that the one who kills a human unjustly, it is as if he has killed the entire mankind. The Quran also says, goodness and evil cannot be the same. So if somebody deals with you in an evil way, you repel it with goodness. And what you will find is that the one with whom you had enmity will become your bosom friend. However, that's not about all. You also find in the Quran mentioned like when the sacred months lapse, kill the polytheists wherever you find them. The Jews and the Christians cannot be your friends. They are friends of each other. If anyone amongst you is going to make them their friends, they're going to be counted as belonging together. Now, it is these apparently conflicting verses that cause people to be confused and some of them to be inclined to accept, believe in, and practice those verses which are apparently inviting people to be aggressive and violent. Let me tell you that if you read the Quran carefully, reflect deeply, which is the only way of reading the Quran, you will, I'm certain, you will be able to come to this conclusion sooner or later that there are some verses of the Quran which were meant for a particular era, which had a particular project of the Almighty at hand. The Quran clarifies that when His messengers come to a certain nation and they deliver the message of the Almighty in a manner that there remains no confusion whatsoever, and the people who belong to the nation of the messengers reject the message in a manner that they have no reason, no justification to reject it. They ultimately, not immediately, not after a short while, but after a long period of time, there comes a point in time when the Almighty decides that enough is enough. And these people are now going to be uh, subjected to divine punishment. These punishments came in different forms for different nations. They took the form of natural calamities in most cases, but they also took the form of military might of the companions of the messengers striking against those who did not believe. The Quran clarifies, and it's a very short span of time that I have available with me, and it's very quickly ticking away. I cannot explain the details of it, but I can tell you if you read the Quran carefully, you would know that it becomes absolutely clear that the verses that are urging the believer to fight against the non-believer are the ones that can be categorized as the verses which are era-specific, which are actually describing the Almighty's punishment wrath against those who were declared eligible to be punished and destroyed in this very world. They have nothing to do with the periods which came later. Obviously, this is a subject which which needs to be studied and discussed in depth. There is no other way of explaining the Quran in a manner that it becomes one unified whole. This is how we understand the Quran. However, however, the fact of the matter is that there are many Muslims who believe that the verses that are urging the believer to hate the non-believer, to be aggressive against him, and to go as far as killing him, are very much uh, aligned, very much asking the believer of today to accept them, to follow them, and to act upon them. Uh, how does it happen that on the one hand we have verses in the Quran which tell us that human life is sacred, and yet there are people who completely ignore those verses and they are somehow convinced by their leaders to be violent and aggressive and feel good about it. How does it happen? Well, it happens because the environment wherein they are taught is a closed environment. The people who make those understandings, uh, the narratives clear to their audience are impressive people. When they speak, they quote the Quran, they quote ahadith, uh, isolating those verses and ahadith from their context. Uh, Such environments do not allow counter argument. People who are speaking about a narrative which is different from theirs are described as heretics, people who have gone astray. And as a consequence of this one-sided bombardment of information, the same understanding, there's indoctrination that takes place. People are brainwashed. The end result is that we have a society which is divided. I'm sure that I'm talking to a group of people uh, who do not belong to that group. People belonging to that part of our community would not turn up to such places. But they are large in number and they are perfectly convinced that what we are talking about is completely unacceptable and their God is demanding from them, requiring them to stand up and to be firm in fighting against the non-Muslims, hating them, and if possible, they need to be eliminated. Is there any hope? Well, the answer is yes, most certainly. Uh, we need to do our task properly. We need to popularize, put across our point of view with arguments. We need to talk to people, both those who are convinced about the militant approach towards religion and those who are not quite as yet influenced by it, but they are vulnerable and very likely to be influenced. Uh, the masjid, the Jummah prayer, is a very important occasion where religious understanding is put across and people take seriously what the scholar is saying. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a part of our religious expectation that it's the ruler, the head of the state, who is responsible to run the affairs of the masjid, to make sure that the Jummah khutbah sermon is actually delivered either by him or his representatives. So I think we should try to convince those who are at the helm of the affair that it is your responsibility, that the message that is coming across through the khutbah is a message which is not based on an understanding which makes people aggressive, violent, and the ones who hate each other. Uh, the places where religion is taught, whether madrasa or otherwise, have to make sure when they teach a certain point of view, the alternative views should also be put across. There should be no room for one-sided propaganda to be allowed to go unhindered. So, whoever is responsible for supervising the affairs of these institutions ought to make sure that when a certain religious point of view is put across, the alternative views are also allowed to the participants to be exposed to. Uh, Teachers who are teaching at different institutions, more particularly the religious seminaries, should come from different religious backgrounds. It doesn't make any sense that you create an environment which is closed, where there's only one point of view which is put across over and over again. Don't expect anything else, save the fact that people who will come out from these institutions at the end of the day are going to be the ones who will have a colored, one-sided view of not just religion, but about the world as well. It's happening in our society, and we must make sure that this trend is eliminated. Uh, we should also focus on writing, uh, speaking to each other, making dramas and films which promote the fact that our religion is most certainly peace promoting, loving. And if there are any verses in the text that are apparently giving an impression which is otherwise, well, they need to be explained properly through the Quran that they were meant for a particular era, for a particular cause. We also need to make sure that in the long run, the task of imparting religious education should be assigned to the mainstream institutions, to the universities. It doesn't make any sense, ladies and gentlemen, that while on one hand we have medical colleges, we have engineering universities, we have other institutions to take care of specialized areas of learning, which start only after 12 years of education, of universal education. And in madrasas, religious seminaries, what is happening is that you pick a child, 5 years old child, and the poor chap is being informed about one point of view which he or she has no right to disagree with. The thinking process is not allowed to be open, and therefore what happens is not surprising. So it's important that we all take our respective responsibilities. You will not be able to bring about a real change in the society when it comes to the question of violence and terrorism unless you properly understand why religious people are doing it and you properly understand why they are wrong. And you should be good and confident enough to counter them with the counter arguments. I can assure you that the Quran and Hadith give us a very good reason to believe that our religion is a message which is meant for the entire mankind. It is inclusive, it is peace promoting, peace loving, and it does not in any way allow and condone the act of hating others and the act of killing human beings. Thank you very much.